And good morning, Callum, good morning, everyone.
Hello.
umbraCoffee episode 226. How are we?
Good, I think. Good.
Good.
It wouldn't be Friday without technical issues, would it, Marcin?
Of course.
experimenting.
I'm here right now, new me, new browser, but same old issues, I would say. But yeah, that's life. That's our normal routine. Hope you are doing better. How was your week, Callum? Good.
I had a few days off, the first time in forever. We went down to Cornwall. I posted on Twitter a few of my adventures. We did a few of my bucket list items of like trains in the UK, which sounds super nerdy, but it was good fun. It was a good experience. We had like a full like 3-course dinner on a train with
Nice.
proper dinner, and we slept on a train as well, which was
Ooh.
not as glamorous as it sounds. Glamorous at all. And we managed to escape all of the hot weather in London and go to loads of rain in Cornwall. So yeah, it was a nice.
That's probably the biggest achievement. Then you just stayed away from the good weather, but really enjoyed the time off. That sounds good.
How was your week?
Oh, good. Really busy as well. I had a day off on Monday, but it wasn't a day off because I was fully focused on the building stuff in my hometown. So from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. I was on walking and doing very different things that I do on a daily basis. So interesting. And then the week just passed by, and that's the beauty of kind of being busy constantly. But yeah, generally good. I waited this Friday to focus on our things and what happened in across our community. And we can start from celebrating and a very informal celebration of Umbraco Teas Day. And Callum, are you wearing any of Umbraco teas?
I am, and I have to say, it's here. I had to get it out of a packet. It's a brand new one.
Brand new.
I know, it's very swaggy, but it's just the from a few years ago.
Just the logo.
Nice. I was trying to find a T-shirt, and well, I think there's been a bit of a sort out. They're somewhere. They're just hiding. And so, the only one I could find was a brand new one in a packet. So, it's very nice.
Interesting thing is right now that I can't share my screen on Firefox. Let me see.
Let me see if I can take over.
This one. Yes. It should work.
It does.
Yeah.
And the video's in sync as well. This is a miracle.
That's I wanted to just share how people are celebrating across the community, because it's usually this day where we can see what t-shirts we are missing, what t-shirts we have, who has the most rare t-shirt. And this year I don't know why, but I felt like like the NFT guy who has the biggest rarity of the NFT in terms of the t-shirt. And it looks like there's a lot of interesting t-shirts out there. And someone said that we need to grab a new one. And then used socks for it. It was probably Soren Color. And I kind of like this idea, because usually Code Garden is also a time of the year when we are changing wardrobe. and just getting something new for ourselves. So that's kind of happening. So
I'm fully prepared for my bank account to be absolutely murdered to buy any of the new merch, which I think at a recent thing I won't spoil anything. I'm learning, but I think there is some exciting, more different merch coming at the Code Garden this year. I think you can order it if you're virtual, or you You can buy it if you're in attendance. But I'm
nice.
fully expecting it's going to cost me a small fortune.
So yeah, I need to prepare then better, even though, and it's not for us all going there, and everyone ordering the swag from the online process. Let's prepare the bank account to be ready for it. And as usual, it was kind of this exciting stuff that was always coming back to with the suitcase. And pro tip from the traveler: always leave an empty space in the bag. Either fulfill it with the coffee mugs, for example, or coffee, or anything else that you want to give away, but leave an empty space in your suitcase to have a place for coming back. If you want to do it, you would be wearing 2 hoodies, as I did on my first year, while coming back from the cold garden.
Just wear all of
not
the
recommending.
t-shirts, all of the hoodies.
Not recommending that. So yeah, that's happening. And as we're talking about Code Garden, we can jump to the calculation and count down 25 days, 20 hours, and 5 minutes from Code Garden.
Days. That's so quick, so quick. And I mean, if you think about it, the Code Garden journey for a lot of people starts way earlier than that. For some people that were say coming from, I don't know how many will be coming from the US or Australia further afield this year. Fingers crossed, because I'd love to see those people. But those people, their journey is going to start on the kind of Friday before, maybe, or the Saturday, the weekend. So it's literally 3 weeks ago for those people.
Yeah, and again, I just booked my flight tickets today. Hotels checked, everything's checked. So right now, just really counting down to this date, and yeah, really looking forward. And again, across all the talks with the developers, community people, it's the same good kind of vibe always. It's like see you at Code Garden, right? It's like, okay, we see each other soon. It's just happening. It's 25 days, and we will be all there, so that's good. And there was some tweaks in the program. There is a lot of new announcements in a new format, maybe, so we can start from it. We saw a video this week with Philip, who turned to be a really nice actor, and so many so many faces of Philip, and I saw a lot of discussions about Philip being in the iron shirt, being kind of unique as well, having a lot of other things. But generally, the video is really interesting. It highlights all of the good things and everything what everyone should know about the Code Garden, I would say, and it's really nice introduction for everyone who might still consider going. Maybe
budget restraints means Philip's going to be the rabbit this year as well. So we can start some rumors. But yeah, it does look exciting. It's going to be cool. There's a really great lineup of talks, really great lineup of sessions and activities, which I know we've got a bit more information on coming up. There's also been some slowly we're starting to get. We complained last week about a lack of CG rumors. We're starting to get some rumors, so we can start spreading rumors. Did you see yesterday with Kim and Paul and I think Jens, they were at a gin distillery. Now, who knows if this is Code Garden related or not? But I would hazard a guess that it is. I think no one would be sad if it would be connected with the Code Garden, right? Somehow it's like again, Jens as a kind of gin master, a gin guru. And of course, Umbraco gurus with Kim and cashiers from the team. That's interesting. Unless Umbraco is going into the gin business and they're buying a gin distillery. Yeah.
But yeah, as I said, no one should be surprised by this kind of visit, of course. But I assume, as we always assume, we like rumors, we like surprises. If it came up on Twitter, I hope that it's not by accident again. So yeah, but it's interesting, and again, it's good to see so many familiar faces from the community together doing something out there. So that's great to see. And rumor, not rumor, something interesting to be mentioned as a kind of insider information from Umbraco HQ for all people who are going to Gold Partners Summit the day before, or generally will be there since early time of the week. There is a social paddle tennis, and I really like the title that Rune attached to himself as a paddle communications producer. So yeah, unfortunately, I will miss it because I'll be flying there then. But from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. There will be plenty of time to play and generally have fun with community members out there.
What is
I have
so I've seen paddle tennis. It's a big trend at the moment, but
yes, it is.
I've never played it. It's you know when you go to the beach and you have those really big, heavy, unnecessary like tennis rackets that you just hit a ball back and forth. It's like that, but with a real tennis ball on a real court. I think.
That's a really good question. And again, I was passing the paddle tennis courts next to Novicel's office in Aarhus, and I was tempted to take a look, and everyone was going there to play, and I don't know what's that, to be honest. I played squash back in the days, but it's completely different, right? The squash is you need to have a really extreme power to put the ball moving, and it's something different. And again, that's a great opportunity for us all and everyone else to explore and find out new things. But it is a trend across the community, and not only, I would say.
So this is an opportunity to join Umbraco HQ and some fellow Code Garden attendees as well to have a bit of a social activity before the Gold Partner Summit on the Tuesday. That's the day before. It's from 8 a.m. till 9:30 a.m. So there's still plenty of time to make sure you can go to the Gold Partner Summit. There's also other activities that have been announced, like there's going to be a bike ride for a couple of hours in the morning as well, isn't there? So for anyone there the day before, we'll have a link down below. You can go sign up if that's of interest to you. They can sort rackets or bats, I think they're called, all the equipment as well.
So you can see there are special rackets that are looking completely different than even the squash rackets, tennis rackets, and yeah, that's.
We have a thing in the UK. Maybe it's a thing internationally too called swing ball, which is like a pole, a string, and a tennis ball on the string, and they have rackets like that, and you just hit the ball and it just swings around the pole. It looks kind of like that.
Okay, so yeah, that looks interesting, and again, community activity always more than welcome. So yeah, I hope to see some good matches out there and some good results from out of it.
As Warren says in the chat, no injuries before Code Garden, though, please.
No, oh yeah, generally no injuries. I can relate to it heavily in Code Garden with injuries. No way, not this year. I promise. The next set of news is also huge because again, something what wasn't announced yet, but we have seen it somewhere behind the scenes. It's a version 10 RC2 being released today. And this is exciting because it has. I quickly scanned through the list of fixes, and it means if the list is long, it means that the testing was effective. That's at least how I understand the RC process the most. It's like a lot of things were fixed, and that's really makes me feel happier and safer to even play around with RC. And we've seen a lot of people already demoing and doing things on RCs with the clients, even though, right? So
yeah. I saw someone on Twitter today saying they were getting their client ready, upgrading them to 10, testing out the RCs because they wanted to use the new image sharp features with WebP, and that's a fantastic use case. Especially the release is only just under a month away. Sorry, so if you've got a site that's going live in the next 2 months, it seems like a no-brainer to choose. And there's a lot of it's HQ's focus now, right? This V10, so. Does make sense to stick to that. Also, just my experience of it, super fast, like getting up and running. There's not too many things, and I know the window's still there to provide feedback or question anything that you don't think's quite right. So go test it out.
Yeah, and still, again, testing is essential to make it released completely, and the release date is just around the corner, right? 16th of June is not that far away. So yeah, let's test it out and play around with it. And the other release number that got increased and released this week is Umbraco version 8 with the 8.18.4 patch release with some really nice bug fixes as well.
I have one thing in here that I'm thrilled about. And
Which
it's
one?
removing the upper constraint on Newtonsoft JSON version.
Oh yeah,
I did it yesterday. I went and upgraded a project, and I was able to swap to Newtonsoft JSON 13.1, which is the latest version. There's a minor breaking change in there if you're doing anything, but I don't think anything in the core uses that. And if they were to bump the version, it would be a breaking change in their in their kind of versioning system. So that they didn't do that. They just released the upper constraint, but it's great. I was able to update everything yesterday, and it works perfectly. So really happy about that. And actually, the member last login date thing is fixed in 9 as well. If anyone's doing stuff with membership, you'll have noticed that the login date doesn't show in the back office, or doesn't update in the back office. It's just blank at the moment, and that's now working. So, brilliant.
That was something what I said and consider as a small change, with again big difference, because a lot of membership driven solutions will benefit from this small upgrade, and it's good to see it in place. And then Newtonsoft JSON is also something what was a nightmare for many people who were including and injecting some of the extension libraries that were using already the higher version of it. So small changes but big differences, and a fix for database migration also for the people who are upgrading, and there's a lot of people who are still upgrading 7 to 8. So definitely good fixes and worth mentioning here. Let's upgrade if we are still, and you are still using version 8. But a lot of people are focusing still on the most up-to-date, most new versions, and Kevin is a great example. As usual, a role model, I would say, for package creators who are releasing their packages, crucial and essential packages in the ecosystem, and allowing us and everyone else to play and test and use it next to the newest version of Umbraco. So here are the release candidates of using beta for Umbraco 10.
And using complete also. I know for many people this will be the kind of blocker for starting with V10 or upgrading to V10, won't it? That usync is probably the bare minimum that most people would use on an Umbraco site. So it's great to see this, and of course Kevin's always hot on it, isn't he? Getting these out, and
But I want to share something
in this. I don't know. I'd love to know his experience, how much changed between the versions. A lot of people have said the upgrade path has been pretty straightforward, which is awesome. So I wonder how he found it, because they're relatively big code bases.
Yeah, and again, what I wanted to also mention, because I'm always surprised. I work with a lot of teams, projects, and recently even I found 2 very experienced teams who were working on Umbraco projects since even version 4, 5, and they haven't heard about using. Or they have heard about it but didn't use it. So it's again something what we feel like a normal, like a essential, like a must have, or things like that, is not this for everyone. So it's always worth mentioning. It's always worth exploring and showing off, because especially in using complete world and ecosystem, that might be something new. But generally, there are still people who are working with Umbraco since ever, I would say, in time frame, and still didn't use using. So interesting find from my perspective, at least.
It's mad, because if you look at NuGet, the number of Umbraco installs versus the number of usync installs, okay, it's not the most accurate metric in the world, but in theory, 25% of all sites are running usync, because there's 25% of the installs as Umbraco. So it's a really monumental number.
And you had the questions about the package and releasing, and Kevin is giving a talk, of course, at Code Garden. So it will be a good source of the knowledge if you want to know it and find it before the Code Garden. So good work, and thanks, Kevin, for sharing this one with us. Some other upgrades, starting from Skybrat redirects package with a new version with some really nice changes as well, with some classes with the attached information, some legacies updates, and of course updated essentials dependency. So it means that essentials package also got upgraded in the meantime. Everyone can check it out as well, and it's for version 8. The next one is from Aaron. UCaptcha package that we've mentioned a while ago, right now also received support for Umbraco version 8.13 plus.
And so I think it was forms. A couple of regressions that were with some of the pace that Umbraco Forms has been moving. I guess there's been a couple of regressions. So this fixes a few of those and makes it work much more smoothly.
Yep, and the next one is not a package release, but a really interesting tease from Patrick here with a play around the library called GridStack.js. I haven't seen it. I haven't know about it, this one, but it looks like a really interesting grid front-end library that allows us to drag and drop things inside of the grid data structure or view structure.
Is building a widgetized dashboard, so you can just place them kind of anywhere you want. Do you ever remember what was it? It was called Google. You could have like a customized Google homepage, and it had all these drag and drop widgets, and you could place them and kind of make your own. I can't remember what it's called. I'll Google it and I'll find out. But it was kind of cool 10 years ago, maybe, to have all these customizable dashboard experiences. The grid stack thing looks like a cool option there.
Yeah, but generally for whatever reasons and whatever purposes, it can be used for multiple things, right? It's like this works now, yeah. So we can drag and drop it, but we know it from other tools. We know it from application insights. We know it from other site builders. So again, if we can use components like this and then drag and drop around them and turn them into the data source for front end, I kind of like it already. And dashboard feature here, because it was used for dashboard. So we have different data sources, different metrics, and insights, for example, from systems. Kind of many use cases, and good inspiration. And it looks like this library does a lot of crazy things that might be useful for us. So yeah, that's a good one. And one that popped out in the meantime, and I need to drag and drop it, was something what you found, Callum.
We've had some breaking news, and if anyone's subscribed to the vendor mailing list, you'll also see an email in the past few minutes. But they have announced their plans for how they're going to move forward and support Umbraco 10 and beyond. So with vendor v3, what's coming with that, it's still in progress. I've spoken with Matt a little bit about these plans here, but effectively, this is a fork now. We're going from that multi-targeted v8, v9 solution to one long-term support solution that works on v10 plus, but the migration is going to be kind of straightforward. I think all of the stuff that Matt's been doing with the persistence layer that you may have seen on Twitter to try and abstract himself away from Umbraco and how they're doing things means that this is relatively smooth. He's been able to paper over any of those changes so much, and I don't think the persistence layer has been totally swapped out yet or ever will be, maybe anyway. So yeah, this is kind of setting out the intention for how vendor's going to work going forward.
But again, we've been seeing the discussions from many package creators about this long-term support, end-of-life approaches, and by these actions, but this information, we kind of can align to where we can, what we expectations basically, first of all, and then what people like Matt and other big package maintainers might do next. And it means like the V10 is getting into the phase where package creators like Matt, like Lee, and like Kevin are working towards and against to make their packages work already for the version 10 whenever it will be ready. So it's interesting and exciting. And plus, I know a lot of people relies on vendor and e-commerce solutions like it. So yeah, good to see that happening. And fingers crossed for the most painless upgrade and code-based transition. So we'll definitely learn it from Matt over the time. So good one. And last update from the release section, it's from Paul Seal. Yesterday during the Umbraco Lab session, he open sourced his script writer package that we were exploring a while ago. So right now, no excuses, no missing features request. It's up to us and everyone else in the community to maybe make it and maybe implement it, because it's open source right now. It's on GitHub, and of course we haven't mentioned it yet today, but we'll include all the links to the materials we are discussing, those hidden ones as well, in the video description here. And yeah, here's the repo. Everyone can see how it's built already and how and maybe contribute, maybe do some kind of issues reporting or contributions. And Carl already did it, so that's exciting. Contribution already from Carl here about the documentation. Nice one. So yeah, and of course, Umbraco Lab recording is on YouTube, and the whole session is out there. So if maybe anyone is interested, how to open source package, how to release it, how to push it to GitHub and make it public, that's also here. And thanks, Paul, for sharing it. Good work from everyone there. Yeah, it's still loading for me. Yeah, stop it. No, pause it. Pause. Yeah, it is there. And link will be shared. Meetups. They are happening. They're back on track. So the next one on the meetup.com is in Bristol. It's on May 26th. So
this
next week.
coming Thursday, and it's in person for the first time ever for Bristol. They've been 3 years off, I think now.
Nice.
But 3 talks lined up. Lee, Steve, and Carl will be doing various presentations. Nice small group coming, but I'm sure there's still space. So if you're in or around Bristol, sign up, come along. I'm going to go. Or at least I'm going to try and go. It would be good to see people.
Yeah, always. And again, Carl will be doing the walkthrough, the talk that will be shared on Code Garden. So feedback more than welcome for everyone who will be there. And yeah, looks like a good set of talks there. And the next one is the online virtual Umbraco meetup from Edinburgh community group. And yeah, it's on Zoom still.
Looks like
and
Carl's
the speakers
managing to go to both of these.
it's at the same day, yeah. So maybe he will be doing the restream of his talk at the same time on both. Who knows?
Maybe.
Who knows? The magic can happen. But yeah, there is always there is a room for speakers and demos here, so everyone can also contact Harry and contribute also to the event there.
Also,
and
exciting
of course,
things happening next week. Of course, we mentioned last week about Microsoft Build. You can still sign up.
Yes.
It's free. It's online. It's running from Tuesday afternoon Europe time. If you're in the US, it'll be in the morning. But yeah, Tuesday afternoon through to Thursday lunchtime-ish. If you're in the UK and nearish Reading and can get there, there's an open invite to go to Microsoft's campus and join in with some in-person things there as well. There's I've not got a link, but I'll put one in the notes down below so you can sign up. But yeah, that's all next week. And I've seen Scott Hanselman on Twitter has been teasing a few of the things that you may remember last year. He did that fantastic keynote with.
Oh yeah,
it was really, really casual, really informal, but super informative. And it looks like they're going to do a similar thing this year. He's been let loose on the Microsoft campus in Redmond, and he's been filming all kinds of things.
Yeah, and again, I don't know how other in our community, but this year I wasn't that much involved in whatever Microsoft was releasing. So this year it means like I'm really excited about all of the announcements because it will be a packed release of things, and it will be probably another week to catch up on everything what they will release because it's usually like this from the Microsoft side. And yeah, for everyone who missed it, when we announced it last week, it's happening the week after this one. So yeah, we will be definitely sharing some updates and key findings from our perspective, maybe on the next umbraCoffee as well. Umbraco product roadmap updates. That's something what also landed on our list today. Some changes, shuffles, and updates here. And if it will load, we can discuss it.
We've spoken with Runa, and he is aware of the bug that I raised last week, where there's just too many things on the roadmap now that the last item doesn't have a line next to it, and apparently it's going to be addressed at some point, which is fantastic. But yeah, there's a few shuffles around that have gone on here. We've got what was it? Dedicated tiers for Umbraco Cloud. So I assume that means like your own environment rather than on a shared environment. And 2 FA support on cloud is coming. It's in the now section, so it's being worked on at the minute, which is exciting. Dedicated tiers, to run on dedicated hardware. Cool. And then the thing that's moved into next, which we briefly discussed last week, but is something that I'm super excited about, is a block-based grid editor. So this is happening. I know that there's been some talk that there'll be some announcements about this at Code Garden, or announcements about the plans. Niels Lingso tweeted last week asking for ideas of kind of what would we like a grid in Umbraco to be. So yeah, there's the grid is going to be worked on at some point. It's very exciting.
But this is exactly immediate change of the roadmap kind of plans from the last week. So I hope, and that's something what kind of might be. I think that the feedback was really good, and there is a lot of interesting insights gathered that allows team to already make the work on it. So just an output to be expected and kind of interesting for us all for sure, because still the content is the king, and the way of creating content is essential to make the CMS cool. And yeah, the roadmap is is extremely long all the time. So yeah, we will be definitely keeping an eye and hopefully flagging and catching any changes that will occur here to then follow and generally keep an eye on them. Another update maybe we can see and expect from the Umbraco HQ perspective are maybe less technical, but also very important, I would say. Very, very important. Because we've seen this picture shared from the HQ perspective. And of course, again, rumors, kind of attitude and approach, generally not knowing what's happening when you look at this picture. And what was your take, Callum?
They wanted they want screenshots of people's websites, but I thought this is the perfect opportunity to Photoshop anything you want there, isn't it? That was the first thing I thought when I saw that. That's just prime opportunity. Yeah. It's the same when you see someone wearing like a green jumper or standing against a green background. It's like you're getting
for me it's just a perfect meme material, right? That's the thing.
It really is. It really is.
Meme template or something like that. Yep. And of course our general photoshopper and general commander of everything, Lee Gallagher, made a first version. And
I mean that's
it's still I think it's done. No need to explore further. And
I see nothing wrong with this, and I think it looks good in the office.
Yeah,
it looks good.
It's just maybe some more interior design required to make this wall fulfilling the whole material. But referring back to to Umbraco tees days today, a lot of Slave and Eagle t-shirts, a lot of references to this one, and this one won already as that idea. So if anyone is looking, maybe I will exchange Lee here in advertising. If anyone is looking for interior designer, Photoshop designer, general designer, email Lee at
twitter.com. I remember now. I was away when this was tweeted, and I saw this on my phone only, and I thought that was an actual photo. The first time I thought they'd actually gone and done that, and then then I saw the quoted tweet afterwards, which is a bit of a shame. At least for Code Guard, have that one up.
Yeah.
At least.
Still, there were a lot of paintings flying around the Umbraco community. I wouldn't be surprised of anything. And still, we will be all attending, hopefully, the pre-party in Umbraco HQ office.
Will it be in their new office in the building? Because they do still have the old building. Are they going to just make that like a party house, or are they going to let us go wild in their new office? Let's see. Maybe
another rumor
from HQ can confirm, or just more rumors.
But that's again, it's a great opportunity to decor some of the office, hopefully in the right way. So yeah, that's it. And as Warren mentioned, also as a final information for the suitcase places, there are still bingo awards and prizes that were usually the most problematic to handle back. I'm not taking my microphone with me to not be stopped on the airport again.
I have a million umbraCoffee mugs that need to come with me. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to mail them like we've done before. But even Marcin, from Poland, that would take like 2 months. And I just, with Brexit, I just don't trust it. So they're going to have to come with me somehow. But there's a lot.
Stay safe during the travels means more than usual in this case. But I might have spoiled something. But I probably will bring some coffee with me. And that's for all the coffee lovers, Umbracoffee lovers. Stay tuned because we will have some umbraCoffee activities out there, and be there. And if you haven't made any decision about going to Code Garden, there is still time, and the 13 days were the number of days until the end of ticket sales, if I'm correct, right? Something like that.
25 days is till Code Garden, so like
but there was a countdown in the video, still saying that the 13 days until the tickets. So yeah, it's
June 1st. Yeah, damn. Yeah. So it's less than that. It's like 10 days. 10 days to go to get your ticket. Wow. You can of course still get online tickets, but
Indeed.
Wow.
Indeed. So yeah, that's it for today. Hope we didn't miss anything important from this week. As usual, like, subscribe, share, help us reach 1,000 subscribers till Code Garden. Damn
Yeah.
it! That's still a mission. That's still a goal.
Still quite far off, I think, unfortunately, but we will get there.
Yeah, we need definitely to do something different than usual. Maybe don't turn up for umbraCoffee or something like that.
Yeah, we could start threatening. We could start threatening. People will get their Friday lunchtimes back.
Yeah, whatever works. That's our mission. But we still hope to achieve some goal somewhere in time. And yeah, of course, we will see each other on the next Friday with the next set of great Umbraco news. Keep us busy. Keep us posted with whatever you are doing. Share your work. And yeah, see each other on the next Friday. Have a great weekend ahead, and see you.